If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you want to learn about lighting. And if your YouTube video has terrible lighting, it probably is going to look like this. Whoa, did we forget to pay the power bill or what? But if your video has good lighting, then it probably looks like this. Voila, I'm back. So these are my tips on lighting. Now, I will go ahead and say I am not a lighting expert. I did not work on a movie studio. However, I've produced 5,000 videos in my YouTube career. I've been making YouTube videos for 12 years, and me and the crew have learned a thing or two about lighting. So we're gonna give you some of the basic tips. This video is just about the basics. We're not gonna go super advanced because there is some crazy advanced tips about bouncing lights off mirrors from this to that, and the hues comparing to this and this and then. Let's just start with the basics. If you're new to YouTube and you want to learn how to light your YouTube video, let's begin. I will say this tutorial is a little bit difficult because every single person has a different camera, they have a different environment, they have a different scene they're trying to shoot. But the easiest way to get good lighting is to use the sun. That's metal above us. But the sun is your friend, and it can be an incredible way to light your videos, and it's completely free. Now, we're standing in a space right now that is very well lit because we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different windows all this way facing us. When I started my YouTube channel 12 years ago, I didn't really use any cameras. I just recorded my game because I was playing video games. But fast forward a couple years down the line, and I started using a face cam. It was a little camera that I put on top of my monitor, and of course I needed good lighting. So what I did is I actually moved my entire desk in front of a window, and then I would open that window. Johnny, if you come stand like right here. So how's the lighting right now?
Pretty dark.
It's pretty dark. Okay, now reach behind you and open that. Oh yeah, there's the light. How's it look?
Dude, it's
better?
Yeah, way
Actually?
better. Yeah, literally.
Simple hack, and it's free. All you gotta do is sit in front of a window to film your YouTube videos. Now, obviously that means you can't film your YouTube videos at night or early in the morning, but you got all day to film. Let's check out this office. This is a ring light. So a lot of people might use these and they put their camera through them. So like, here, put your camera through there, Johnny. All right, so how's the lighting?
Yeah, it's okay because of the windows.
It's all right. Now, how is it?
You're just so bright.
I'm so bright. I think I got it all the way up right now. I can kind of adjust it, turn it down a little bit. These are cool. I see a lot of TikTok people use these. They're all right, if I'm being honest, but there's other options. How's the lighting?
That's really bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
So now let's say you want to upgrade your lighting. The next step is to buy yourself some lights. So we have 4 different lights here, and I will be honest, this is a mid-tier setup. This is not set up super well, but it does the job. So down here we have a switch, and they're all hooked up to this switch right here. So we can just turn this on, and it's gonna turn on all of our lights. Okay, Johnny, so go behind the desk and let's see how this looks. Nice?
Way better.
Not bad. Not bad at all. And I will be completely honest, it took 2 idiots, maybe 3 idiots to set up this studio that I have right here. And then we have 2 other lights down here. So you have this light right here that shines upwards just to kind of give a little bit of an upfill to the bottom of my beautiful chin. What I'm trying to get at here is that lighting does not have to be complicated. You don't have to do all these different calculations and do all these crazy things. Now you can make lighting complicated, but this was not complicated. This was me and some of my friends literally just plugging in some lights, turning some knobs, looking at this camera right here, and then being like, that looks pretty good. And that's it. Now, if we move over here, we have more of a professional lighting setup. So every light on this set now has a purpose. Whereas that set over there just had a bunch of random lights, but it worked. But this set is a little different. Every light has a purpose. So our first light is this big one right here. And you can see that these lights are a lot more advanced. So Johnny, I'm gonna let you take away, like, what is the purpose of this light? I'm going to assume that it's to light up my entire face because this light is pointed right at me.
Yeah, so that is basically a key light. That key light is basically what is lighting you throughout the entire video, which is your main light. So what we basically want to do is keep you lit 90% of the time, and the background 10% of the time.
So 90 on the front, 10 on the back.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then if you look over here, you have another light here. Now this light is not actually pointed at me, it's pointed directly towards the ceiling. So what is the purpose of this light, Johnny?
So that light is bouncing off the ceiling to give a little bit more of an ambience lighting to you at the same time.
Okay.
So it takes away the shadows a little bit, brings in a little bit more of like of a lighting control scenario where we can just bounce light off and, you know, make it go wherever we want it to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's honestly one of the big things that I learned when I started lighting more videos is that the lights don't actually have to be pointed at you in order for them to work. You can hit them off different walls and it can create an incredible environment for your video. But we also have these two lights over here. These are the same lights. They're on the same color temperature, the same percentage, and I'm guessing, Johnny, these are to light the background. So if we unplug these lights, now you can see what it looks like. I have this atrocious shadow behind me, but also my background is now very dark. It doesn't seem as important. It just looks scary back there, to be honest. Now, obviously this means you have to buy multiple lights, right? I need a light in front of me, a light here, and then lights behind me. There's ways that you can solve this by filming your videos outside where you get consistent lighting throughout the whole thing. Sometimes when you're in front of a window, it works very well. When I was filming videos in my bedroom back when I was like 16 years old, I didn't have to have all these crazy lights. I literally just filmed in front of a window. That's it. But we're just showing you all the different ways you can get creative with these lights. But let's go ahead and plug these back in because these look atrocious. I will mention there is just so many things to learn about lighting and it can be very, very overwhelming because you can go from a beginner light setup all the way to like cinema grade movie setup, which could take days, if not weeks to set up and calculate proper lighting. Those guys get super, super advanced. We're just covering the basics today. Everyone's lights are completely different, but you don't have to turn up your lights all the way in order to get a good effect. These lights are on 13% brightness right now, and they're lighting up the background quite a bit. So this key light that we have right here is currently on 30% brightness. Now let's see what it looks like when we just turn it all the way up. You can see that I have basically turned into a ghost. Now, obviously, every light is different. Every light has different amounts of power, different amounts of brightness. So there's a lot of things to consider. But I remember when I first started filming my YouTube videos, for whatever reason, I wanted my lights to be on full blast. Like I would set them up and I'd be like 100%, 100%, 100%. I wanted it to be as bright as possible. I don't know why. But also, you have to balance not just the lighting, Johnny, but also the camera settings as well. That's a whole nother part of the equation. Every camera is different. Some cameras you can automatically adjust them, whereas other cameras are manual and you have to go and adjust the exposure and everything like that, right?
That is very true.
This light right here is currently on 8% brightness. 8%. Again, we can turn on that light all the way up to 100 and it all of a sudden blows up the room. So there's a lot of ways you can get creative with it. The biggest thing that I learned about lighting is honestly, you just have to set things up and just see how they look. I don't know what your process is for lighting, but I remember when I was setting up lights for film sets and all these different things for our videos, I would grab a light, set it up, and then I would go look at the camera and I'd be like, how does this look? Okay, that's not bad. And then I'd grab another light, set it up over here, look at the camera and be like, that kind of looks bad. And then I'd go back and adjust this and adjust this and adjust this. And you just keep adjusting and playing with things eventually till you get to a point where you're like, okay, I think this looks great. And you start recording.
I think another way you could do it is just start out with a 3-point lighting, where it has your key light, your fill light, and then you also have a background light.
Yeah.
And that's like the most simplest way you could just do a light setup.
And lights, you don't have to buy expensive lights. We do have some pretty expensive lights here, but that's because, you know, we make millions of dollars on YouTube and we gotta have some expenses. Like I mentioned, I started my YouTube channel with the sun. That was my lighting source. And then I think the first pair of lights that I bought was a cheap lighting set on Amazon. I got 3 lights, what you just mentioned. I got those 3 lights. I got the key light, the fill light, and the background light. And I got those for like 85 bucks, I think. They did the job. They were the lights where you had the light bulbs in them. So check this out. So this is actually what one of my first lights looked like. So this is just a very basic light. So it comes with a softbox. This is the front of the light here. And if you actually peel this cover back, you can see that inside it's basically just a light bulb. So pretty simple, very, very basic, does the job. I would highly recommend this for beginners because they're super cheap. They're pretty durable too, for the most part, as long as you don't, throw them off a car or something, but they do the job. When I was growing my YouTube channel from 0 to 1 million subscribers, one of the biggest problems I had was creativity. Being a content creator is all about being creative, but sometimes it's hard and ideas are messy, unorganized, all over the place. So that's why I developed Blueprint. Think of your Blueprint as your brain as a content creator. This is a place where you can store and organize all of your video ideas, your content calendar, your release dates, your filming dates, your video scripts, your thumbnails, all connected in one place. Me and my team built this as a tool that we could use for our YouTube channels, but now it's time to share it with the world. And the best part about it is that it's 100% free. You can make an account today, right now, using this link right here, or check the link in the top of the description. I promise you'll love it. It came with a little umbrella like this, but when you took off the umbrella, there was just a normal light bulb in there. So what I did is I ran down to my local store. I got different light bulbs that were a little more powerful and ended up swapping them out and making sure they still worked. So that is an option as well. You can kind of build your own lighting setup. Let's go ask some other people at the Unspeakable office what they think about lighting. Hi, Jody.
Hey, how's it going?
We're filming a video right now.
I see that. What are you doing?
I want to talk about lights.
What kind of lights?
I don't know. What's this light? See, there's lights all around the office. Check this out. This is another light we just bought. We're gonna mount it to the ceiling, but let me know what this one looks like, Johnny. Is that one? Is that one bright?
It's really bright.
How does it look?
You look horrible.
A little too. Yeah, see, a little too bright. So, Jordy, we are.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Jordy, do you have any lighting advice for the people?
In what way?
Lighting advice. What's your biggest tip when it comes to lighting?
When it comes to lighting, you just gotta learn the basics. If you go through and you learn like 3-point lighting, you learn how to just light something naturally and make it look appealing. That's the best place to start, is 3-point lighting.
Johnny, that's what we just talked about. With 3-point lighting, you get your key light, your fill light, your background light, and then just use a freaking window, dude. Make it work. So that's my tips on lighting. Again, lighting is very basic. It's very simple. It can get very complex if you make it complex. But if you're a beginner and you're just starting to make YouTube videos, just stick with the basics and everything that I shared with this, because I promise it will get you super far. And even today, after I've filmed almost 5,000 videos for my channel, I still use basic lighting. Ethan! What's your biggest tip when it comes to lighting?
Make sure the person that's in frame just looks good. Make sure that they're fully front lit and that each side looks evenly lit. You don't want one side too harsh. You don't want one side too dark, so you gotta make sure everything looks good on you.
The 90-10 rule, dude.
Balance. That's what you gotta do. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe, and definitely check out Blueprint University because we have tons of tips on there on filming, all types of stuff. It's literally everything I know about YouTube. It's my gift to you. Check it out. Link in the description. Yeah, click it.